Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're talking about meal planning. And I would like to introduce you to a meal that I had the other day. It was on sale for $3.99. So that's really important in tonight's video. $3.99. It was on sale. Usually they're $4.99. It's a Fajita Shrimp bowl. And I'm just going to read you the ingredients. So I have my glasses on here. And what it is rice, shrimp, butter, corn, green bell peppers, black beans, onions, seasoning, and then it goes on to list what the seasoning is, which is paprika, salt, chili powder, maltodextrite, garlic, onion, silicon dioxide, and tomato flakes. So, I actually bought this product and ate it and thought it was very good, deliciousness. I like the flavor, but there wasn't quite enough to fulfill my stomach. So it was like, I want more. And there wasn't enough shrimp in it either. So the proportion was kind of small. It shows you a picture of 5 shrimp, and that's all it was 5, but they were like little shrimp. So see this bowl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me show you what the bowl looks like. So yeah, it's not, I've already emptied it and ate it. So this is what the bowl looked like. So, and it says it's 8 ounces. So what I want to do was say, can I beat this product, its price and flavor, and maybe make it a little more shrimp on it and more of the whole combination. So the first thing I did was try and say, okay, how do I come up with these things? So black beans was one of the ingredients, and what I did was I got a black beans. I cooked them, and what I have here is black beans. This cost me $1.25. I also have a 2-pound bag of rice. Cost me $1.25. So what I'm going to do is tell you all these prices and add them up later. But I also have the corn, 15 ounces, 15 and a half, whatever. Onion, and I have some green bell peppers that I pulled out of the freezer from my garden from last year. Butter, a couple sticks of butter, and for the tomato flakes or whatever, I'm just going to use some bouillon in the making of the rice. And yeah, we also have the shrimp. I didn't pull that out, but I have 3 bags of the 16-20 size shrimp, and I'll cook those up. I bought 1 bag, it was $8.99 on sale. I went back and bought 2 more bags, they're $9.99. So I'm looking about $30 in shrimp. That's the biggest price, is the shrimp. And yeah, so I know I can beat that price, but what I'm going to do is price it and proportion it out to a lot. What I did get is some containers that, here's the size of the containers. This is the size that came with it, and these are the size I got. Now I got these at Job Lot, and they were free. Basically, I got a crazy deal where you buy them and you get a free coupon for the purchase of anything else in the store for that same price. So these are free. Took a lot off that price as well. And they come with covers, so I washed them out for tonight. And they're pretty thick, so they're gonna work well in the freezer. And from the reviews that I watched on or looked at online, said that this is exactly what they use them for, and they work great. So hey, if free is free and they work really good, got it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna get started with is the shrimp. So these are frozen raw shrimp. They're farm raised. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the bags open, put them in a pan, or a pot, not a pan. What I have is a stainless steel bucket here, and I'm going to empty all three of these in there. Got my kitchen scissors. And dump them in there. So that's what it looks like. Bunch of shrimp, farm raised. And we're going to turn cold water on. And since they're frozen, you want to keep breaking them up so they're not sitting in the frozen block. And then you just want to keep the water running a little bit, or let it thaw and then run the water, thaw, run the water. Wow, that's cold. It's February 7th right now. Super Bowl is tomorrow. Oh, wait. Don't tell me what the score is or who wins, because this is recorded. So we're going to run that water, and I'm going to thaw the shrimp. Okay, so a reminder, when you're making rice, 1 cup of uncooked rice is going to yield you 4 cups of cooked rice, or 1 quart. So alright, so my rice water is getting ready to boil. So what I want to do, pull that cover off there. And what I have is Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. So when I read the ingredients, there was a tomato flake, stuff that they wanted to put in there. Instead, I'm going to replace it with a vegetable based bouillon. I'm going to put that in the water for the rice. So that's going to simulate that taste, and we'll see how this goes. All right, 1 heaping teaspoon. I'll put that in there. And now, since the water is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and put the rice in there. So yeah, you can see that. Now I like to use a wooden spoon, and we'll stir that up. Keep it from sticking on the bottom. set that for 20 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and proportion out the onion and peppers. And we're just going to cut those down. Big rings. Nice sharp knife. You always keep your knife sharp.
I'll put all that in the pile. Go ahead and cut that in half.
See how I'm rocking the knife down? That's very important. Just rock the knife down. That's how you cut.
Okay. I'll carefully clean the knife off. I'm going to set that aside and we're going to do the peppers.
Cut that in half. These are straight out of my garden into the freezer, and now I'm using them, which is a big money-saving, cost-saving way of doing things. Grow your own food and freeze it, and when you need it for recipes, it's right there.
So I'm only going to do 2 of them just to start with, just to see how much that produces. Again, kind of lengthwise and then crosswise. So I'll have another dish full here.
I also have black beans. I've already cooked them. That was a 12-ounce bag for $1.25. My black beans. That took an overnight soaking in water and then a 10-hour cook in a slow cooker crock pot. And that's my black beans. I could have bought them for $1.65 for 15-ounce, but I bought them for $1.25 for probably like 30-ounce, twice as much. So I looked up the recipes for a Southwest seasoning, and what I came up with is a recipe with cumin, chili pepper or chili powder, oregano, smoked paprika, coriander, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, cayenne, and I threw in my own habanero. So what I have is a bunch of spices here, which is 4 teaspoons of cumin, 4 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of coriander, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of black pepper, a half teaspoon of cayenne, and a half teaspoon of habanero. That's what's in here. Alright, so I just dumped the shrimp into the hot boiling water. And we're going to let that go for 2 minutes. Alright, here we go. Woo! There goes all the shrimp. A little cold water. Spray it with cold water. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 dishes ready to go. There. 2, 1, 2. Put 1 tablespoon of onion in each one. Then we're going to do the peppers.
I think I'm running out of the peppers, so we'll cut a few more for the last 3.
Do the corn.
A little extra here. And just kind of spread that out whenever the light hasn't made them. 1 10-ounce can of corn.
Okay, next we're going to add the shrimp. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And we'll see what we're going to do with each one of those.
Then we're going to drop a tablespoon of butter into each one of these. Next thing is to add the spices. We're going to add 1 teaspoon for each one. And just sprinkle that on top.
This is really going to make the whole dish. This 1 teaspoon of spices. And these are ready for the freezer. All set. Ready to go.
Alright, so we're at the end of this. We're going to break it down line by line. So we have our shrimp cost, 3 bags, $39. The rice, We only used about a half a bag. Black beans, we used the whole bag for $1.25. And 2 sticks of butter, about $2. Corn is $1.39. Green pepper, we'll throw in $1, even though I really didn't pay for it. Onion, same thing, $1. I did buy that. And we got vegetable bouillon, not significance. Spices, we'll call that $1 since I have most of the spices anyway. And you could buy that whole Southwest recipe for at least $1 or $2, probably $1. And the containers, even though I got them for free, I'm gonna put down to $3.30 because it costs $45 for 150 sets. So we'll go down and add that all up. It's 41 and some change. We're going to divide it by 11 servings. That's what we had, 11 servings. And that comes to $3.77. We paid $3.99 for that one container. All right. So we divide by, my average was 13.5 ounces. Theirs is 8 ounces. So we have 59% more product. And then the final bottom line is the ounce charge here, 28 cents an ounce versus 50 cents an ounce. So it's 44% less. It costs 44% less, and we had 59% more product. So I did kill it. Cumin, these are all teaspoons, and we'll go down from high to low with cumin, chili powder, oregano, smoked paprika, coriander, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, Cajun pepper, and habanero seasonings with sea salt is what I used. And these are all 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1.5, half, half, and half. So I did have that one serving for dinner tonight. It was awesome. The flavor was pretty good. I think I could handle a little bit more spicy, so depending on yours, I'm probably gonna bump this up to a little more of the Cajun and then a little higher with the habanero. But it was super delicious. The biggest ingredient that really stood out was actually the corn, believe it or not. It was just like, the corn really tasted great in there. And then the black beans, of course, were really good too. And the shrimp was just overwhelmingly great. It was huge pieces. And tonight, the one I had tonight, I had 6 of them in there. So it was just like, oh, it was so good. Just having that extra shrimp and the extra ounces, so it was like 13.5 was the average of all the containers. So yeah, I look forward to doing this again. It's all meal planning and saving money and spending your time not only to make one meal, but enough to make 10, 12, or 14, 15 meals, where all you gotta do is just bring it to work, unthaw it, cook it, and you're good. So until next time, thanks a lot and have a great night.